Hi everyone, Hannah here. So today we're going to work on the tutorial for the layered pocket page. In trying to come up with an idea for the swap, I was looking on Pinterest and saw My Porch Prints that she had this really pretty layered pocket. And so I got inspired by that, and that's basically our, what we're going with for this month. And I had put a link to her tutorial on YouTube on our Facebook page. And I also have watched the tutorial as well. Now on her tutorial, she flips out her pockets. In my version of it, I'm not going to do that. So these will be permanent pockets. But it'll give you another option. If you don't want to do the flip outs, then you can just do what we're fixing to do here. And so to get started, using a scrapbook page, it's 11 3/4 inches wide, and I just folded it in half and just, flattened it out with my bone folder. And it's 8.5 inches tall. And then I took another scrapbook piece of paper and cut it 6.5 inches all the way down. And because it's a really pretty picture, I'm basically just going to, kind of like layer it, so to speak. It might be a little bit distorted, but not too bad. So, and I'm making, when I cut it, the 6.5 inches, I did that on purpose because I want it to be a little fatter than the page because I'm fixing to score at 1/4 inch, basically just around the whole thing, each side, the bottom, and that's going to, kind of stick our pocket out a little bit so we've got plenty of room to put everything in. So let's go ahead and get started. So the pieces that I cut down for the pockets, I'm going to go ahead and score it. I'm just kind of eyeballing it, but it's roughly about 1/4 of an inch on each side and then on the bottom as well. And I'm going to go ahead and cut out these little corners. That will make it easy whenever we're folding over everything that we're scoring. And then after I fold everything over, I also, on the bottom part that we score, I like to just kind of cut about a 45-degree angle little line, just to kind of cut the point off there, so that way everything folds over nicely and you don't have extra layers of paper folding on top of each other and kind of making it bulky. Just trying to keep it where these pockets will lay down pretty easy. So to add just a little extra layer of something, I'm going to cut a little strip of this lace. This was cut up from a tablecloth, and so I'm just going to cut a strip of it and put it behind a couple of these pockets here just to have something, you know, give some texture to our layout here and just have a little something else interesting to, I guess, look at or have on the page. So I'm going ahead and gluing these down. Now with wet glue, I find it easier once you glue your stuff down to maybe sit it up under a book or something heavy. That helps it kind of set as the glue dries. So I went ahead and did that. And now I'm going to go along and glue lace along the tops of each of the pockets just to add, again, just adding other points of interest, some texture, some little pops of color so that everything is not one note. So that's what I'm doing here. Sometimes lace is kind of hard to glue down and stay down. So, you know, I'll try to put something heavy on it. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But basically, I'm just going to glue the pieces of lace down, close it up, and sit it under a book, and hope that it sets right. If it doesn't, there's always parts of the lace that I can move around and then put a little extra glue down. So I'm going to go ahead and trim the edges off of the lace. I had closed it up and sat it under a book for a little bit, just enough to set so that I could, you know, get back to working on it. Which one thing that you can do while you've got it, you know, drying under a book or something, you can always be working on the tags. So that's what I did. I had cut up some tags and Put either some of the tablecloth lace in it or some of the sari silk onto the tags. The one with the Eiffel Tower, the larger tag, I also glued a little bit of a vintage sewing pattern on it. So that was pretty neat there. And, just kind of putting things around. You can stuff a ton of tags in here. Another idea that I thought about, and I'm just using stuff from my stash. I have a ton of stuff in my stash, so when I do these little projects, I'm pulling out the stash drawers and trying to clean out as much of that stash as I can. So, and I don't even remember where exactly I bought these. I want to say it was either Michael's or Tuesday Morning. It was a ton of neat little, tags and different shapes of items, a bunch of them in a bag. So I thought, well, I'm going to make kind of a little mini picture frame. So this is the ephemera piece from last year's collection, La Vie Belle. And so I cut it out, or, had the little cardstock die cut, and I'm gluing the back of it onto here. And then also closing it. You could end up making like a little mini booklet with this. That's another idea. What I'm going to do is make it into like a little tuck spot, and I'll tuck something in there. So I'm going to just go ahead and glue it shut and add some glue on the back, the bottom, and the side. And then I can always just kind of tuck something in there. So I'm just, trying to think of some different embellishments to put, just again, adding more points of interest, making my layered pocket page, look really pretty. So that's what I'm going for here. So I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. Our swap starts this Sunday, August 15th. It'll go until the end of the month. So anybody that can't sign on by the 15th, if we have some more time, we'll usually stretch it out for another week or so. That way you'll still have time to make this and send it out to your partner. So feel free to let me know if you have any questions, and I'll put the sign up link in the description box below. Thanks so much.